Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, so today we're plunging headfirst into something really, really unique. Warren Ellis's Crooked Little Vein. It's it's quite a ride.
It absolutely is. Wild is probably an understatement.
Right. So our mission today is basically to unpack this outrageous journey. We're talking hidden American subcultures, power, how morality gets defined or redefined.
And how slippery that mainstream idea really is. Ellis uses this incredibly satirical lens, but it feels disturbingly real sometimes. He holds up a mirror to American culture, the fringes, but also the absolute heights of power.
Through the eyes of this very reluctant private investigator.
Exactly, and the story uses these really extreme situations, almost fantastical, but they reveal so much about cultural norms, how they stretch, and what forces are actually shaping things underneath.
You're like peeling back layers, trying to find the heart of this crooked America the title hints at.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's a deep dive into the weirdness, but with a sharp point.
Okay, let's meet our guide then, Mike McGill.
Right.
When we first meet him, wow. He's a private investigator in Manhattan, but his life is just miserable.
Truly grim.
He literally wakes up and there's a rat having a piss in his coffee mug. That sets the tone, doesn't it?
It really does. Living in his office, watching the gentrification line on Avenue B.
Yeah, the whole artisanal cheese on one side, grit on the other. He used to be something, right? A child prodigy, Pinkerton.
Yeah, in Chicago. So there's this sense of a fall from grace, definitely. He's seen better days.
Which brings us to his self-proclaimed title.
The shit magnet.
Exactly.
And Ellis makes it clear this isn't just, random bad luck. It's presented as almost a supernatural quality.
Like a talent.
A terrible talent, maybe?
Yeah.
A preternatural ability for the most bizarre, the most extreme, often the most disgusting stuff to just find him.
It's a narrative device, then.
Oh, absolutely. It establishes him as this unique lens. He doesn't seek out the weird underbelly. It literally gravitates towards him. It makes him perfectly or perhaps terribly suited for what's coming.
And what's coming is, well, it involves the U.S. Chief of Staff.
And talk about setting a tone. This guy is something else.
Not your typical West Wing character. He's described as a heroin addict, the most powerful man in the world.
Lounging around watching the fashion channel and this detail is just, while his guts oozing onto the sheets.
It's incredibly graphic. He even offers Mike piss whiskey.
Which Mike, understandably, declines.
Yeah, hard pass on that one.
But this character, the chief of staff, he's such a potent piece of satire, right? Ellis uses him to show how immense power can maybe breed this extreme sense of entitlement.
Hidden depravity right at the top.
Exactly. And he justifies it. He says he should be cut some slack because his job is stressful. It's this chilling look at how insulated the powerful can become from, normal rules.
And to really hammer home Mike's shit magnet status, he tells this story.
Oh, the ostrich story.
Ostrich sex cult. 8 middle-aged guys, eccentric sex with ostriches.
It's designed to shock, obviously, but it works.
It apparently ruined Mark's sex life, led his girlfriend to leave him.
For a woman who designs, dolphin penis-shaped strap-on?
And had hair transplants on her nipples. You can't make this stuff up. Well, Ellis did.
But it serves a purpose. It paints this picture of the extreme American cultural underworld the chief of staff mentions later. It shows the kind of raw, almost unbelievable things Mike has already encountered.
Makes him the only guy qualified, maybe.
Or at least the only guy weirdly prepared to handle what comes next. It establishes that for Mike, the truly deviant is just another day at the office or, another case.
So this mission, the chief of staff needs Mike for something specific.
Yes. Find a secret constitution.
Lost since the 50s. Apparently Nixon traded it.
For favors from a Chinese woman living on a houseboat. The backstory is just as bizarre as everything else.
And this isn't just like a historical document. It's supposed to have powers.
Yeah, it supposedly forces you to read it and prepares your eye for input, whatever that means.
Sounds mystical.
It really does. And Ellis uses it as this symbol, right? The chief of staff genuinely believes this book can make America beautiful again.
Like a reset button.
Exactly. Reinstill proper morals. It taps into that desire for, a simple, almost magical fix for really complex societal changes, a way to rewind the clock and impose one version of culture.
Ignoring how messy and organic culture actually is.
Totally. And for this quest, Mike gets resources.
$500,000 expense account.
And a secure handheld device with all the leads.
Which is Kind of ironic, isn't it? All this government tech and money.
For what seems like a hunt for a magical artifact, it just highlights the chief of staff's completely warped priorities.
It maybe comments on how powerful people can get fixated on controlling narratives, controlling morality, even through absurd means.
Yeah, abandoning rationality for this kind of mystical quest.
Okay, so Mike starts his quest, and he meets Trix.
Right, a really key character.
She's introduced as a new American shaman. How does she work? Listening to car traffic.
Yeah, she divines the future from traffic patterns. It's this blend of ancient tradition and the totally modern urban world.
She gives Mike some advice.
Amidst all his chaos, yeah. Just enjoy yourself. It's later than you think.
Which sounds kind of ominous.
It does. But Trix represents this different perspective, I think. More adaptable, open-minded. She sees patterns in the chaos. She offers this moment of calm rationality, weirdly enough.
Hinting at her future role as his guide.
And maybe his intellectual partner in making sense of all this extremity. She's not just an informant.
So Mike tries to take her advice, literally.
Oh, yeah. Bad look.
Walks into a freak bar, yells, "I'm buying 100 drinks for me."
And promptly gets beat the shit out of.
Doesn't quite nail the enjoy yourself part.
Not even close. And it's a perfect little illustration of his shit magnet nature, but also his own awkwardness. He can't just smoothly navigate this world. He stumbles, often makes things worse.
Always falling forward, though, somehow.
Pretty much.
Later, he's at the Z Hotel, looking through the info on the handheld device.
Right, digging into the case files.
And there are these porno documentaries playing in the background, discussing how things like anal sex become mainstream.
And the constant search for what's next, what's new.
Like bukkake, apparently.
Yeah.
And one performer has this theory.
Yeah, this is a really interesting bit. The performer says, basically, porno's already crossed over. We're mainstream American shit now.
Worry about what comes next.
Exactly. And Ellis uses that voice from within that world to make this point about the digital age, right? How it just relentlessly blurs the lines. Taboo becomes mainstream. Yesterday's fringe is tomorrow's norm.
Creates this constant hunger for novelty.
Pushing the boundaries, always pushing.
And the book itself, this Constitution, its history is nuts.
Absolutely wild. It keeps getting traded for increasingly bizarre things.
Like a multiple trepanation operation, drilling holes in your head.
Yeah. Then for experimental NASA brain implants. A two-way radio in the skull.
With a weird $6 million man cover-up rumor thrown in.
It just gets weirder and weirder. And eventually it ends up with this group called NOL.
Described simply as colossal perverts.
Which, given the context, is saying something.
Each trade seems to reveal some new facet of extreme desire or paranoia.
Right. It's like Ellis is mapping out these different pockets of weirdness, showing how America has changed, as the chief of staff put it. All these disparate subcultures connected by this thread of extremity.
And Mike and Trix actually go to a NEL event.
They do. The Godzilla Bukkake Night.
Okay. Break that down.
So macro her Patapasal people into, giant monsters in this case, watching Godzilla movies.
And the bukkake part.
Multiple ejaculations onto the face at the climax of the movie scenes. And then
There's more.
monitor lizards are brought in for cleanup.
Wow. Okay.
It's deliberately provocative, obviously. Ellis is pushing the reader, exploring these absolute extremes of, as Trix might frame it, self-inflicted human experience.
And challenging our ideas of underground versus mainstream, maybe.
Yeah.
Even how easy it is to find weird stuff online now.
Exactly. It forces you to confront how wide the spectrum of human desire and behavior actually is.
So Trix decides to stick with Mike.
Yeah, she's fascinated by his shit magnet life, sees it as material for her thesis on extreme experiences.
She becomes his guide to the underworld. Calls herself Virgil to his Dante.
Which is pretty apt. Their dynamic really develops here. She's constantly pushing him, challenging his cynicism.
Providing that contrast you mentioned.
Yeah, her sort of academic analytical interest versus his lived, often painful experience of the weirdness. It makes their relationship really central.
Their road trip takes them to Columbus, Ohio.
Oh.
And the weirdness just continues.
Oh, yeah. They get a cabbie ranting racist stuff about helter-skelter.
A pilot offers them whiskey piss. Again with the piss whiskey.
It's a running theme, apparently.
They learn a buckeye is a poison nut. And Mike finds a toilet in their hotel that just keeps bleeding.
It's relentless. These aren't big plot points necessarily, but they build this atmosphere, this fractured, disturbing backdrop to America.
Where extreme views or just bizarre happenings are presented as mundane.
Exactly. Different kinds of societal poison just woven into the everyday fabric. You can't escape it.
Then they find Gary, the guy who had the book.
Right. He traded it for a night of physical adventurism.
Which involved saline injections.
Into testicles and labia, yeah. Mike ends up with testicles the size of a champion prize-grown onion.
Oh.
And Trix wants girl balls. She's intrigued.
It's this exploration of body modification again, right?
Yeah.
Seeking new sensations.
Framed by Gary's super casual party vibe about it all, and it fits Trix's academic interest, perfectly observing, even participating in these extreme rituals, testing limits.
And after the saline, things change physically. Mike's penis gets bigger.
Significantly, apparently. Trix observes her clit looks like a pool ball.
Amidst this absurdity, Mike gets uncomfortable with Trix.
Yeah, he's struggling with the closeness, maybe. She calls him a retard for not seeing her affection.
And they finally hook.
They do. It's this weirdly human moment amidst all the physical extremity. Shows how connection can happen anywhere.
But also highlights Mike's resistance to vulnerability, which is a big part of his character.
Definitely. Even intimacy is fraught with weirdness for him.
Okay, deep breath. San Antonio, Texas.
And things get darker somehow. They meet Bob Ajax, Mike's old colleague.
Who is now not well.
Nutbag is the term used, I think. Drives around with a harpoon gun, persuader, in his car.
And warns them about the Roanoke family.
Rich like pharaohs and crazier than a snake fucking baby. Classic Ellis line.
This seems like a commentary on extreme wealth again.
Absolutely. How it insulates people allows for total eccentricity, even depravity, to go unchecked. Bob's own state suggests how corrosive operating in that world can be. The rules just don't apply.
There's a funny moment where Mike knows Texas history, though.
Corrects Trix.
Yeah, about Ma Ferguson and civil rights in San Antonio.
Yeah.
While Trix just calls it Jesus land.
Shows that complexity again, right? Stereotypes versus actual history, even from someone like Mike. Exactly. Challenges Trix's us and them thinking. Even in this madness, there are layers of identity.
The Roanoke dinner.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, this is memorable. Bob tells this story about his conception from a hanged man.
And then he served the special.
A horizontal slice of bull, served blue, horn still attached, which he has to eat.
And Mike gets branded with an R on his butt.
Yep. It's grotesque, but it's a powerful metaphor, isn't it? Moral decay. Unchecked excess. The brand marks Mike, pulls him unwillingly into this world. He's literally marked by this societal vein.
And then the sight of Old Man Roanoke.
At night, naked, garroting a cow with a wired G. Gordon Liddy supposedly gave him.
Suckling its udders, howling like a wolf.
It's just pure primal depravity. Ellis pushes it right to the edge, connecting political power, wealth, and this literal animalistic behavior. The underworld isn't just subcultures, it's right at the top, too.
And guess who shows up again?
The chief of staff.
Yeah.
Can't keep him away.
Warns Mike about Trix now. Calls her a crazed omnisexual vaginalist, which is just wow. And he reveals more about the book, The Acoustic Effect.
These physical presence won't work on TV.
Which becomes crucial later. His plan, pay $10 million or use a fuel air bomb. Extreme measure.
Shows his utter fixation on control through this artifact.
And his advice to Mike about women being a war of meanings? It just reveals his own completely twisted view of the world. Everything's a power play.
Next stop, Junior Roanoke's bunker.
Basically a 1950s den of inequity. Mountain of cocaine.
And that Ringo doll.
Oh, God, yeah. Spouting vile stuff like, God says queers are special firewood.
It's horrifying. Encapsulate that mix of inherited wealth, addiction, and just baked-in prejudice.
And Mike is pushed to his limit here. Pouring vodka on Junior's head, threatening to light him up.
Shows how far he's pretending, maybe. Or how desperate he is. He gets the lead, though. The book went to a prostitute.
Yeah, his methods are becoming more extreme. He's having to operate on their level.
Okay, Vegas. On the plane, Mike meets a serial killer.
Yep. And the killer has this chilling argument.
That he is mainstream now.
Because of all the documentaries, the books about him, he says if something's on the internet, it's not underground anymore.
Wow. That's a really profound point, actually.
It is. Ellis uses this killer to comment on how the digital age just flattens everything. Notoriety becomes celebrity, crime becomes content. The lines blur completely. It's a fascinating social commentary packed into that one encounter.
It raises huge questions about what underground even means now. Vegas itself sounds special. They stay at the Freedom.
A hotel inside a giant statue of Jesus dressed as Uncle Sam.
Naturally. with a divider in the bed and a toilet that plays Onward Christian Soldiers.
It's peak satire of that hyper-commercialized American patriotism mixed with religious fervor.
And they meet refugees from California who think they saw Jesus.
Yeah, juxtaposing that kitschy nationalism with real social issues reinforces Trix's whole Jesus land discomfort.
But then things turn tragic at Alexis Perez's house, the prostitute.
Yeah, this part is really grim. They find the aftermath of a pumping party.
Where transgender people were injecting industrial silicone, like caulk.
For body modification, yeah. And it went horribly wrong. Alexis dies.
It's a really stark look at body dysmorphia and exploitation.
And the extreme dangerous lengths people might go to for identity or validation. Highlights the vulnerability within these subcultures. It's not played for laughs. It's genuinely bleak.
And they learn the pimp, Teflon Tim, has the book now. So Mike confronts Tim Cardinal,
who immediately pulls a gun on Trix.
And Mike, without hesitating,
transfers $400,000 of the government's money to Tim's account to save Trix and get the next lead.
That's a huge moment for him, right?
Massive. He prioritizes Trix's life over the mission, over the money. Yeah. Shows a real shift from his earlier cynicism. He actually cares.
And Trix, being Trix,
quietly transfers the leftover change to her own account. Ever the pragmatist.
Gotta love that. It shows their partnership, too. Both capable in their own ways. Los Angeles. Trix meets her ex, Bram, a lawyer.
Mike finds a gun, a big one, a .44 Magnum.
And Trix really challenges Mike about the book here.
Yeah, this is where the core argument comes out. She argues the book isn't a reset button, it's a lobotomy. It would erase identity, redefine mainstream in horrifying ways.
Like bestiality becoming a lifestyle choice.
Exactly. She becomes the voice for individual freedom, for evolving norms, directly opposing the chief of staff's rigid control agenda. It's the war of cultures right there in their conversation.
Mike then visits Zach Pickles, the internet porn farmer.
Right. Another unforgettable character.
He's got this exploded television business model.
Yeah, but the fascinating part is how he uses his profits. He funds phones-4boys.org.
Giving cell phones to soldiers in Iraq.
But configured to send him footage. It's citizen media challenging power by disseminating information directly.
So even this porn farmer has this angle on information control.
Exactly. Ellis puts this key idea that controlling the message, getting information out there, is a powerful tool against authority in the mouth of this morally ambiguous character. It directly foreshadows Mike's endgame. The battleground is information.
Things get messy when Mike finds Trix and Bram together.
Yep. Mike loses it, hits Bram with the gun.
Forces him to spill details about a law firm party.
Yeah.
Pirates of the Pacific, Skull and Bones, rumors of awful stuff.
And Trix takes the gun, forces Bram to help them infiltrate.
Mike's violence shows his dissent, maybe, but also his commitment.
It's complicated. He's compromised, but focused. And Trix immediately stepping up with the gun shows her ruthless pragmatism when things get real. Their partnership is dangerous now.
Mike infiltrates the law firm, ceiling crawl, takes out a guard.
Finds the safe behind a pirate portrait. It's very action movie.
Shows how far he's come, right? From rat in the mug PI to this.
Totally. He's no longer just reacting. He's acting, using skills, navigating this physical underworld he's been dragged through. He's fully immersed.
And finally, the safe. He finds the book.
The ancient Constitution.
And just then, the chief of staff arrives. Men in black. The whole deal.
The confrontation.
But Mike does something unexpected. He points the magnum at the book.
Threatens to destroy it unless his money is transferred. He's flipping the script.
He's not just the magnet anymore. He's using the leverage he has.
It's the ultimate assertion of his agency against this massive power structure. Refusing to be intimidated, even with guns pointed at him. He's using their obsession against them.
And then Trix comes in and doesn't get it at first.
Right. She sees him seemingly about to hand it over and calls him spineless. Mirrors what the chief of staff warned Mike about her.
Shows that tension still exists, the potential for misunderstanding even at the climax.
Which makes the actual reveal even better.
The big twist. Mike took pictures.
Photographed every single page of the book. 10 pages.
And uploaded them to Zach Pickles' secure site.
Genius. His explanation is the key. Making the contents public, making them mainstream via the internet.
Diffuses the acoustic effect. Takes away its power.
Exactly. It can't work its magic if everyone has access, if it's just another piece of information online. Plus, he called the cops and the press. Checkmate.
So the insight here is huge. What happens when a secret meant for control hits the digital mainstream?
It loses its power. Mike's plan, using Zach's tech, is this incredible act of subversion. Information control is the battleground, and radical transparency is the weapon. It's a different kind of win.
Mike's triumphant moment. We win. We beyond win. We are made of win.
He finally gets it, and Trix gets it too, kisses him. The stress physically leaves him.
He even makes that compromise about her future relationships, a sign of change.
A huge sign. It's personal resolution alongside the larger victory. Mike reclaims his agency, not by seizing power, but by dismantling it, using the tools of the digital age.
The internet's ability to mainstream information neutralizes the book's magic.
Precisely. The very force the chief of staff feared, maybe, is what defeats his plan. Information becomes the great equalizer.
Wow. And there you have it, Mike McGill's journey. From shit magnet PI.
To this unlikely savior of individual freedom, yeah. After navigating this truly bizarre, satirical, but somehow real American underworld.
This deep dive really showed how blurry the lines are, doesn't it? Between underground and mainstream.
Absolutely. How quickly things shift, how deviance becomes the norm, and ultimately how powerful information is in our world.
A single upload can just derail the plans of the most powerful people.
Ellis really forces us to think about that constant redefinition of culture and who gets to control the narrative.
So the final thought for you listening. In a world where pretty much any secret can end up online, where every niche finds its corner of the internet, what does underground even mean anymore?
Right. What truly remains hidden? And maybe more importantly, what kind of America are we all building? You know, one click, one share, one deep dive at a time.